Good morning, it's Joyce Brewer with MommyTalkShow.com, and I want to welcome you to Morning Josephine, a video that I usually shoot in the morning while my husband and son are sleeping and I have my cup of coffee. It's actually so early I haven't even made coffee yet. I'm going to go to Starbucks right after I edit and upload this. But I wanted to share 5 interesting and funny facts about my pregnancy. So the first fact I want to share is that I actually didn't know if I could get pregnant. I was 35 when I got married and got pregnant, and before that I had actually had uterine fibroids, which is a very common condition that I found out once I started talking to other women about it. So I had non-cancerous tumors or growths in my uterus that I actually had removed several years ago because I was in so much pain and had heavy bleeding during my periods. So once I had that surgery, I did have relief, but there's always a concern that when you have surgery, in your reproductive organs, are you going to be able to get pregnant? And actually, leading up to point number 2, interesting and funny fact about my pregnancy, is that AJ is actually a honeymoon baby. So he's what happens when you enjoy being married, your first month of being married, and you end up getting pregnant. And actually, I sent my thank yous for our wedding gifts and combined it with a baby announcement all in one, because by the time we got done celebrating our wedding and my parents threw us a party because we actually eloped, by the time all that was done and I got to send my thank yous, I had also found out I was pregnant. And I was so concerned about people counting and thinking how many months things were, but my mother said, don't worry about it. So I blew that off. The third interesting or funny fact about my pregnancy is that the only craving I really had was for Big Macs. I would actually go buy them and throw away the cartons and containers like in a separate trash so that my husband wouldn't see that I had eaten I wouldn't eat more than one, but I would eat a few a week. That was like the only thing I really wanted while I was pregnant. And then that last 2 weeks of my pregnancy, I was hungry all the time. And I can say I know AJ gained the most weight during that last 2 weeks. That's when I got all of my stretch marks. I'd had a pregnancy free of stretch marks until the last 2 weeks. So Big Macs were the only thing that I craved. The fourth interesting and funny fact about my pregnancy is that I slept a lot. My friends and family can tell you that when they would call me during the day or anything, I got up, I took another nap, I took an afternoon nap, I had a pre-going to sleep nap. I was so tired during my pregnancy, which is a total, I don't know what you would say, it's like a weird irony because now I don't really sleep that much. So maybe I should have stored up all of that sleep and really cherished it. AJ's not the best sleeper in the world. A lot of my friends, their kids sleep late in the morning. Mine does not, which is why I'm up at 5:58 shooting a video. So I slept a lot during my pregnancy. And the fifth funny and interesting fact about my pregnancy is that I had AJ by a scheduled C-section because of my previous surgery for the uterine fibroids, which I should mention, I'll put a link for WebMD so you can read about uterine fibroids and how common they are. But again, the fifth interesting fact is that I actually had contractions walking into the operating room for my C-section. I probably went into labor with him the day before my scheduled C-section, had contractions the whole day, the whole night, but nothing regular, and I even had contractions walking into the operating room. So, a lot of women who have C-sections don't know what contractions feel like, depending on, what happened in their pregnancy, but I can say that I did, all the way, walking into the operating room, getting the spinal, everything, contractions the whole time. So those are 5 interesting and funny facts about my pregnancy. I would love to hear about yours, whether you comment here on YouTube or MommyTalkShow.com or wherever you're watching this video. And one other thing, I'm shooting a bunch of videos today, so if you see me in the same outfit, standing in the same place, it's because I shot more than one video. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Joyce Brewer with MommyTalkShow.com.